Welcome back. Our first video, Rise of Nations. The first thing that I'm going to be teaching you today is the importance of ships. Now, ships are one of the most important elements in the game for several reasons. I never asked for a tutorial, man. I never asked for a tutorial like that. Never asked for a tutorial. That was a weird glitch. But anyways, today the most simple thing that will be learned, it's pretty simple, I don't care if you can't comprehend it, is the importance of ships. So today I'm going to be playing as Brazil. I main Brazil. I think 2040 could be the end of the canonical game. I don't know. So we'll be playing as Brazil today. I'm going to make a whole other video on why Brazil is overpowered. But today we'll be talking about the importance of ships. Number one, they're pretty cheap if you have a good economy, because you don't need to do anything crazy for tanks and airplanes. You can get a destroyer from there. Now the second thing is that it really helps. It can really help with battle, because the thing with battleships is they can't really be they can't really be destroyed. Then there's four types of ships. I like to use destroyers because they're powerful against transports. And then with a bunch of some frigates too, because they aren't too expensive. Now there are two types of ships: the naval transport ships, which they work against, and the normal ships, which you need totally different ships to fight them. But now all you need to do now is just, now that we have a ship, the thing with ships is they're pretty strong. So look, they have one ship. It only says one unit. You can question. I mean, that isn't that good. But the thing is, it is good. It's actually decent. And now I'm going to be using Uruguay as my fortunate example on why. Next up, they make coastal capitals, for example Uruguay, so much easier to defeat. Because you have a good range. You can use it against AI, Argentina, which is especially in Argentina, and you can use it against battles in St. Petersburg. Now, the thing with you could just do that, but at the same time, I'm not going to be chatting in this video, but I'm going to explain the ups and downsides of being an active chatter in this game later, another time. But all I'm focusing on today is power. The power of ships, because they're really important. I have said that a million times. I'm not understating it anyway. So actually, yeah. Now, compared to other things in the game, I think ships are pretty overpowered and underrated. Because if you see here, I'm one of the only people that have ships. I'm one of the only people here that I think has ships. And even if you do so, ships are very rare. I'm just gonna... Which one should I pick? It's 40 political power and a bunch of money. We're trying him for his crimes. Okay, my thing just glitched. I'm really sorry. check my things. Okay, my video is still recording. And so what you need to do now, we'll go this from all the chats. Policies. There's a lot of things we could do here. But we're not going to talk about that now. You see, if you just build up ships, the next thing is, it, like, kind of limits casualties. Like, I mean, I know I'm going to have a war with them, but I think if we use ships, it's going to limit our casualties, because, I mean, it gets rid of the forces easier, and it makes it a lot less of a pain to deal with that. And especially pre-tank, like if you don't really have too much tanks yet, for example, like we're only getting steel now, but we're going to get motor parts soon, because I don't think all you need for motor parts is... Okay, now they work, which means we can get tanks. The second thing you do now that we have tanks, is with these three things, you can become really overpowered, and with airplanes, which I'll also be making a video about soon. Because along with airplanes, they're really overpowered. But the thing is, the downside of using ships is they're pretty expensive. They're taking a toll on my economy. And also, they're not a problem for but me, because Brazil is a major nation. It doesn't really need... If you can go with building a lot of stuff like that. But the thing is... Okay, what's going on? Bolivia at war? No, Bolivia's not at war. I think they just ran out of toxicant. The thing is, with this... If you're smart, you're going to find yourself good. But if you're not, too bad. Now, for this raw type of content... Okay, how much titanium do we need? I'll upload a bit more, because I like playing video games, like, I guess. And of course, we'll make the alliance with Ukraine. So now that we're in an alliance with Ukraine, they had to accept that trade, right? I mean, I literally allied. And... I mean, yeah, they're allied with us. So we're getting a bit off topic. So let me show you the true power of a battleship. Let's go. You see, the thing is, I don't, this is surprising for me at least, I don't have a bunch of tanks yet. Because I usually use tanks, and, okay, look what's going to happen here. Our two airplanes are going to battle their forces without many casualties. At least limit the casualties. Look at how much these casualties are being limited. We've managed to cover almost all of Uruguay. Though they're losing merely walking. Look, okay, this one's still in rage. They're losing merely walking. Look. So unusually look, they're losing merely by that unit has not been able to slow down my progress at all. Even though I would have eventually won, this one's still been a 3 on my side and could have caused a lot more casualties. So now you see why it's a good thing planes and battleships exist. And they aren't too important now, since it's just 20k troops. And while that can be annoying, it isn't the end of the world. They get really important late game, but I'm not going to go that far. They become pretty important late game, and by the time, like, that unit has shriveled down so fast, you can just come in and knock it out with your tank. And it becomes useful later game, but I'm gonna go against Argentina, white piece them, and then leave, just so I can show you how useful they are. It'll take a while. And that's why I'm going to make a video on why not to pick democracy. really the worst ideology. It holds countries like the United States back, kind of. And these ships, these 2 ships they have are going to be pretty useful later on. There's another destroyer over here. They put all these units and mass them up the border with Argentina. You see how many Argentinian forces are gathering up down here? They're literally corpses, all of them. They're going to be corpses. We just need to get our battleships in range. But these aren't battleships, these are just... Okay, this is a bug. It isn't going to go south and follow my orders, okay. So after we got our great ships, after that, up out of that cram, we can just move them. Yep. They won't get stuck on the coastlines at all. I think that's just my lag. It's occasional. It happens. Not much you can do about it. Okay, we're gonna make sure they could target. Both can target the. Okay, now we have 2 planes, which ships make it even cooler. Look at all these chats. I mean, this is why there's an upside and a downside to chatting over here. At one side, it could give you a pretty decent alliance, and on the other side, it's just they're just really annoying. And if you chat too much, people go against you. Like if the people causing too much drama, like I don't care if they're like yup, I'll literally invade them. And many people testify with my agreement with me. Like, if you're being too annoying in the chat, we will invade you. You see the Netherlands? As soon as he enters my base, my home, I'm literally going to annihilate this kid. So, when he enters, I am. Now we got most of the units surrounded. All we have to wait for is the justification to be finished. And see, this is why you use tanks, because tanks are just, in general, overpowered. They're really expensive, though, so we'll maybe be deviating with the topic about ships. But a quick tip, if you're a small nation, try to stay below 1.5k tanks, because if you're a small nation, you could be fighting against other smaller nations, or bigger nations that usually are trash. So you could do that. You don't need to get, like, a trillion tanks. But if you're not, if you're a medium or large nation, try to stay above at least 1,000 tanks. Now look, that's gonna happen. We're about to do some great trolling. But we're gonna select them all to auto capture. Yes. No, that would literally be the end of me. Look at all these units racing. They're out of the reach of my thing. But look at the casualties we're giving them. We're going to give them. So we're going to try our best to my naval ships to distract their forces. Because after this, I'm playing this game because there are some Europeans I want to deal with. Look. Look how much casual, it quickly turns against them. Is Ukraine even still alive? How? Wait, they're my allies, how? This literally does not make sense. How is Ukraine still alive? I'm utterly shocked. Okay, this is where this is too much. We have, oh god. You know, I was gonna joke for a bit, but we're really a serious situation. And just kidding. I mean, losing Tutskin is actually a pretty serious situation. But otherwise, it's not too bad. We completely destroyed the army. With ships, like, you can begin battling from the start. Like, with ships, I placed the ships, so, like, they lost a good 1k, 2k before going on the offensive. And they lost a good 1k, 2k, maybe 3k, 4k, 5k, like 1 to 10k, 1 to 5k. I'm not gonna go too far. 10k's, like, no way. But they lost, like, 5k, and now it's gonna be easier to take out the force. And other times, they lose, like, 20k, half the world, or half the world, even. Which makes, of course, a lot easier. But I've lost 400 of my tanks in this invasion of Argentina. So I just showcased you how we can wipe out an army that quick. Look at this. They do not stand a chance. But I am not invading all of this. Unless, of course, we just happen to have 1,000 tanks. Over 1,000 tanks, actually. Because I am not dealing with this. That's cap. Kagans are okay. This is why Kagans are trash. Infantry is actually pretty good sometimes. This, my friend, is why tanks is all OP. Argentina. Send them all to auto-capture Argentina. Okay, the fact we have that many tanks already, I assume that has to be. I may have to start fortifying. The fortifying is not a good... It barely prevents the capture of a city. Look at how fast I am going. Look at my blitzkrieg. These forces are already assisting in the fight. Oh, we're actually pushing down into Argentina. I thought we were going to have to write peace, but we're going to end this video right now. That's the importance of ships. I'm going to continue playing this game and annoy Benelux.